up, you guys? Good to see you here. I have another friend. It is time for another Meet the Leader interview, and we're going to have some fun today. So tell us your name and a little bit about your life right now.
So my name is Eli Haines. Life right now, I'm stuck at home for a lot of my day. I mean, I work at Dairy Queen in West Salem, and that's about it. Other than that, I'll be doing like schoolwork for summer term. That's what I've been doing. But apart from schoolwork, work, and video games, I haven't really done much.
Nice. Good old video games.
Good old video games.
Do you like online school or do you not like online school?
I don't mind online school.
All right.
I think there's some instances where online school is annoying, especially for STEM field classes where you have need to do like a lab or do something hands-on, which you can't do online. But if you're taking an English class or I'm taking a philosophy class, and those are fine online.
Yeah, all those middle schoolers and even the leaders that are watching this, I'm sure, are annoyed about this STEM field stuff too.
Yeah, STEM field. Because you can't do you want to do science class, you want to do chemistry, and you can't do it at home.
Yeah. You should, okay, right before we started filming, Eli was showing me the books that he was reading. If you think in middle school the books that you're reading are not great, listen to some of these titles.
So I have An Introduction to Philosophy. I have different Seasons by Stephen King, where I'm reading The Shawshank Redemption in it. The Absolutely True Story of a Part-Time Indian. Plato's Republic. And then Meditations of the First Philosophy.
Sounds horrible.
I mean, some of them are pretty good. They're interesting reads.
There you go. Way to love learning. All right, well, let's move on. Tell us a little bit about your family, your pets, and what your middle name is.
I heard family and pets, so we're going to go with that. The third question was cut out. So
what's your middle name?
Oh, middle name? We'll get to that in a moment. Family, I have two brothers. One of them's older, one of them is younger. And then I have two parents, and I have a mom and dad, and that's how family works. And then for pets, I'm allergic to both cats and dogs, so no pets for me. We do have chickens, and we recently got ducks.
I didn't know that. That's fun.
We have 13 chickens, and then we just got 6 ducks.
All right. Cool. Tell us about a skill that you would like to master.
Skill? Oh, that's a great question. So here's an absurd skill, but I think it'd be really fun. Do you know how in cartoons and stuff, you'll have a tray of dishes and they'll throw up in the air and they'll all throw up and then stack?
Yes.
That'd be so fun to learn. You can just walk around and chuck it up and it stacks down.
That's brilliant. I love that. That's amazing. It's the best skill I've heard yet. I would like that skill. What is something about you that most people don't know, but you wish they did?
Something about me that, here's a fun one. I have my arm here, my left arm. In kindergarten, I completely shattered it at the elbow. So all 3 bones I completely broke. I then re-broke it again in 7th grade playing lacrosse. And then I almost broke my thumb falling off a skateboard.
Wow. Crazy. I've never broken a bone.
I think you could go without it. I think it's not something you need to have happen.
And it's a great thing to say when you play Never Have I Ever, because a lot of people have broken a bone.
Yeah.
And I can say I've never broken a bone. What is one thing that you are excited for this the rest of this year?
That's a great question.
I didn't realize it was a hard question.
Well, because I don't know what my plan is for the rest of the year, so I haven't.
Me either. Nobody does.
Yeah, I mean, I'm excited to kind of like be able to like go to redo riots and high lifes again. That's
Yeah.
gonna be fun. See people in person, not just Zoom calls and texts.
Yeah, for sure. All right. Are you ready for the rapid fire round of questions?
I'm ready mentally, but during it, I will not be ready.
Okay. You can do it. Just rapid fire. First thing that comes to your mind. Initial response.
Okay,
Gut reaction. Ready, set. Inside or outside?
inside,
Swimming or hiking?
swimming,
Taco Bell or McDonald's?
Taco Bell.
Dutch or Starbucks?
I'm sorry, I missed that question. You cut out.
Dutch or Starbucks?
Dutch,
Uh, Nike or Adidas?
Adidas.
Adventure camp or big chill?
Oh. Adventure camp.
Favorite high life game?
James game.
Favorite subject in school?
Robotics. Is
Favorite dessert?
you cut out again?
Favorite dessert?
Oh, ice cream.
Paper Bible or Bible app?
Paper Bible when I need to do stuff, but just on the fly Bible app.
All right, all right. Favorite sport?
Um, the first one that came to mind was soccer because that was sports, but like that's not like the one I would want to play the most.
Okay, but rapid fire. That's
Yeah,
your gut reaction.
it's the
All
first
right.
sport I thought of.
Favorite color?
Blue,
Favorite snack?
goldfish.
One meal you would eat every meal for the rest of your life.
Um, cheeseburger, chocolate milkshake, fries, and then just a glass of water.
Would you rather live without music or television?
Television. Oh wait, hold on. What do you classify as television?
Just television.
Yeah, I'd rather live without television.
Okay, would you rather live without your phone or video games?
Phone.
Would you rather live inside of a musical or a horror film?
Musical.
Nice. Good job.
Why would you want to live inside of a horror film?
Some people think musicals are horror films, so
Oh, musicals are great.
I love musicals. I'm not one of those people. What's a favorite musical?
That's a hard question. I remember I did CET, so I remember what musical was that? The last I forget the names. I remember I did Alice in Wonderland, but that's not a musical. Um, Also, I just recently watched Hamilton on Disney Plus. That was also that was pretty good.
Pretty good. It's better the first time with subtitles because they talk very fast.
Yeah, they do. I just had to like pay attention. I
Yeah.
couldn't like the first like 10 minutes I tried to like watch while doing something else. It didn't work.
Yeah. All right, let's take a couple minutes and let's talk about your story with Jesus. So tell us, how did you come to know Jesus?
I've always like grown up in the church. So like it's always been part like I've gone to church. I was raised in the church, and so it's like, oh yeah, you know Jesus. Though in middle school, I was very much a time where I backed off and I didn't want to do anything. I was like self-proclaimed atheist. I'm like, ah, that's stupid. It's like, don't do it. And then finally in freshman year, I started going to Riot. That's where like I started just no more, just heart change. And it wasn't like a moment where it's a, hey, boom, here is where I came to know Jesus. It was just a like, oh yeah, I guess it's kind of been something that's happening. It's not like an instant change. It's been a slow progression over time.
Yeah. Tell me about something that you have learned in your relationship with Jesus in the last year or like recently.
Um, uh, real a lot of it, like for me, a lot of forgiveness and like self-controlling of pride,
Mm-hmm.
because it's really easy to get pissed off at someone or like angry, and then you gotta step back. It's like, well, they weren't actually doing anything wrong there, you're just in a bad mood, or you think you could have done it better.
Yeah. Oh man, I can remember so many times in my life where when I actually let myself sit in their shoes and see it from their perspective, I'm like, oh, I was kind of a jerk. Or I do see why they like thought that way or fought that way or whatever. So that's huge. That's awesome. Do you have a favorite or significant Bible verse or passage or Bible story that has made a difference in your life?
Not particularly. um it's For me, there's not like the one Bible verse where it's like, here's where I hold on to. It's more of the thought of, because I've come from a logical based and grew up with like science background, gonna become an engineer. It's been a like, okay, well, if we can prove that the Bible exists from external sources, then and it's then true, meaning like there's then path for life instead of like just like a specific part. It's like, here you're loved. It's like, well, like that's
Yeah.
not like something that like resonates with me, but it's like, oh, here's in like logic behind it.
Mm-hmm.
um
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. All right, as we wrap up this interview, if you could tell yourself one piece of advice to Eli in middle school, what advice would you give Eli in middle school?
Show up to High Life. Go, just like go to church events.
Why?
Um, because though I just kind of ignored them, and like I'd show up every once in a while, and when you feel like when you only show up every once in a while, you feel out of the loop. And you're like, oh, nobody here really likes me. I don't know anybody. Why would I want to keep showing up here? And then finally, when I was dragged to riot every week by my brother, and like
Dragged.
it was quite the battle. And so when I was just like, it just kind of showed up and get to know people, and
Mm-hmm.
it gets a lot easier to show up and keep going, and then you like actually learn stuff.
I love it. That's awesome. That's very good advice. All of the middle schoolers could take that advice as well, not just Eli in middle school. Yeah.
Yeah, like people haven't showed up for High Life since like what, March? Come on, guys.
I'm so excited that we have Great Camp soon, and then we're going to start meeting as High Life again. I think it's going to be awesome. So if you're not signed up for Great Camp, sign up for Great Camp. Thanks for hanging out with me and Eli. Eli, any final comments?
Go to Great Camp. I'll be there.
Yeah. All right. Love you guys. See you later.
Bye.